Good example for us of being able to bring together two critical components to fight against the violent extremism here in the northeast of Nigeria. We've got the advanced technological equipment, which is absolutely necessary, but you can only use that when you've got some high quality soldiers that have got the real training to use that equipment. So it's been a real privilege for the UK to be based here and for the British Army to work with some really courageous, some really talented soldiers, both from Nigeria and from the MNJTF here from Cameroon, to give them the training and the experience so they can use the equipment that we're providing.
Open up on the right, yes. And no my road. Open up on the right, no good right, no good right. Open up on the right, no my road. You don't play the show. Yes. You don't play the show. Open up on the right, no my road. This is more.
The Nigerian government has brought in the British Army to fight against the Biafra Liberation Army. The Biafra Liberation Army has shown strength of resistance by defeating the Nigerian army and defending the Biafra territory in several occasions. To maintain Biafra territorial defense, the Biafra Liberation Army, BLA, is actively recruiting members. It is no longer news that internal conflicts are affecting the Biafra movement, particularly around leadership disagreements. However, the commander of the Biafra Liberation Army stresses the importance of protecting sensitive information, especially related to finances, trusted personnel, and operational details. Meanwhile, British military personnel are reportedly training Nigerian forces, providing advanced technological equipment and expertise to combat Biafra Liberation Army in the southeast region. It all began with a situation that has been brewing for years in Nigeria, but now it feels like the pot has finally boiled over. The Biafra Liberation Army, a group deeply committed to the independence of the Biafran region, has been clashing with the Nigerian government forces for some time now. What has made the headlines recently, though, is the Nigerian government's decision to involve the British military in their fight against the Biafra Liberation Army. This decision has sent shockwaves through the country and beyond, sparking debates, controversies, and even conspiracy theories. The story of the Biafra Liberation Army and their struggle for independence is not new. To understand the depth of this conflict, we need to go back to the late 1960s, when the idea of Biafra first emerged. It was a time of intense civil war, known as the Nigerian Civil War or the Biafran War, which left a scar on the nation's history. The region of Biafra, primarily made up of the Igbo ethnic group, sought to break away from Nigeria due to political and ethnic tensions. That war ended in 1970, with Biafra reintegrated into Nigeria, but the desire for self-determination never truly died. Fast forward to today, and the Biafra Liberation Army has become a central figure in the renewed push for independence. Unlike the old days of full-scale conventional warfare, this is a guerrilla fight, a battle of wits, strategy, and survival. The Biafra Liberation Army has been able to resist the Nigerian government's forces on several occasions, defending their territories and maintaining their ground. This success has brought them attention and admiration from sympathizers, but has also made them a bigger target for the Nigerian military. The Nigerian army, one of the largest in Africa, has faced significant challenges in dealing with the Biafra Liberation Army. Reports from multiple sources suggest that the Nigerian forces have suffered heavy losses in their encounters with the Biafra Liberation Army, leading to what locals refer to as Wotowoto. This is a colloquial term meaning a thorough and embarrassing defeat. These losses have frustrated the Nigerian government and its military leadership, forcing them to rethink their strategy. This is where the story takes an extraordinary turn. Frustrated by the losses and determined to stamp out the Biafra Liberation Army, the Nigerian government reportedly reached out to the British government for assistance. In a surprising development, the British Army has sent personnel to Nigeria. These British soldiers are not just there to fight, they are also providing advanced training to the Nigerian army and equipping them with sophisticated technology, including surveillance tools, drones, and other state-of-the-art military equipment. For many people in Nigeria, the arrival of the British Army is shocking. To understand why, you have to remember that Nigeria was once a British colony. The relationship between the two nations has always been complicated, shaped by a history of colonialism, exploitation, and eventual independence. The sight of British soldiers once again on Nigerian soil, this time to fight in an internal conflict, has sparked intense emotions. Some view it as a betrayal of Nigeria's sovereignty, while others see it as a necessary step to restore peace and order. Meanwhile, the Biafra Liberation Army remains defiant. Their commander, who goes by the name Holy Ghost, has been vocal in his determination to protect the movement. Holy Ghost has warned his supporters to be vigilant and to safeguard sensitive information about their operations. He has emphasized that their strength lies in unity and secrecy, particularly when it comes to their finances and the identities of their key personnel. Holy Ghost's leadership style has inspired many within the movement, but it has also highlighted the internal challenges they face. One of the most significant challenges within the Biafra Liberation Army is internal discord. There have been reports of disagreements among leaders over finances and decision-making. These issues have created tension within the group, threatening to weaken their cause. Holy Ghost has been particularly critical of anyone who tampers with their financial systems or tries to undermine the trusted individuals who manage their resources. According to Holy Ghost, these trusted individuals are the backbone of the movement, and any attempt to replace them would jeopardize their mission. Adding another layer to this story is the involvement of a self-proclaimed prophet who has become a prominent figure in the Biafran struggle. This prophet, whose identity has not been widely disclosed, claims to have received divine guidance to support the Biafran cause. The prophet has called on the people of Biafra to unite and rally behind the movement, emphasizing that their fight for independence is not just a political battle, but a spiritual one as well. This mix of faith, politics, and resistance has captivated many supporters, adding a unique dimension to the ongoing conflict. As the Nigerian army, now bolstered by British support, prepares for renewed offensives against the Biafra Liberation Army, the stakes have never been higher. The Nigerian government sees this as an opportunity to finally crush the movement and restore what they consider national unity. For the Biafra Liberation Army, however, this is a fight for survival and a chance to achieve a dream that has persisted for generations. What makes this situation even more complicated is the impact on ordinary people living in the affected regions. Civilians in southeastern Nigeria are caught in the crossfire, facing the brunt of the violence and the uncertainty of what comes next. For many, life has become a daily struggle, marked by fear, displacement, and a longing for peace. The involvement of the British Army has also raised questions about international interests in the conflict. Some analysts believe that Britain's decision to intervene is not purely altruistic. There are speculations that Britain has strategic interests in Nigeria, including economic and geopolitical considerations. The idea that Britain might be using this conflict to secure its own interests has fueled debates and suspicions among observers. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear. This is more than just a fight between the Nigerian government and the Biafra Liberation Army. It is a complex and multifaceted conflict that touches on issues of identity, sovereignty, history, and power. It is a story that reminds us of the enduring nature of struggles for freedom and the lengths to which people will go to defend what they believe is right. For now, the Biafra Liberation Army is holding its ground, recruiting more members and rallying its supporters. The Nigerian government, with the backing of the British Army, is gearing up for what could be a decisive phase in the conflict. And in the midst of it all, the people of Nigeria and Biafra are watching, waiting, and hoping for a resolution that brings lasting peace. This is a story that feels both old and new. It echoes the struggles of the past while shaping the future in ways that are both uncertain and profound. It is a story of resilience, resistance, and the human spirit's unyielding quest for freedom. And it is a story that reminds us that history is never static. It is being written every day in the actions and decisions of ordinary and extraordinary people alike. As we reflect on this unfolding narrative, it is important to remember the lives at the center of it all. The lives of those who fight, those who flee, and those who simply want to live in peace. This is their story, and it deserves to be told in all its complexity and humanity. The story doesn't end there. It continues to evolve, becoming more intense with each passing day. The involvement of the British military has added a new dynamic to the already tense situation, and both sides are preparing for what feels like an inevitable escalation. On the ground in southeastern Nigeria, the atmosphere is heavy with uncertainty. Villages once filled with laughter and bustling markets have grown quieter. Families are packing their belongings, some fleeing to nearby towns and others leaving the region entirely. The roads are lined with people carrying bags, children clinging to their parents, and livestock being herded along as families try to secure safety. In the midst of this, the Biafra Liberation Army remains resolute. Commander Holy Ghost continues to rally his troops, emphasizing the importance of discipline, loyalty, and the greater cause. His speeches often echo the sentiments of past freedom fighters, drawing parallels to historical struggles for liberation around the world. Holy Ghost tells his fighters, "We were chosen, not formed. Our purpose is divine, and no amount of foreign intervention can crush our spirit." But within the Biafra Liberation Army, cracks are beginning to show. Leadership disagreements over finances and operational strategies are causing unrest. The accusations Holy Ghost has leveled against certain leaders for tampering with trusted systems are not just personal grievances. They reveal the fragile nature of the organization's internal structure. Financial resources are the lifeblood of any resistance movement, and the slightest mismanagement could spell disaster. Holy Ghost's insistence on protecting key individuals like Success, who manages the group's finances, highlights how critical trust is in this volatile environment.
Good example for us of being able to bring together two critical components to fight against the violent extremism here in the northeast of Nigeria. We've got the advanced technological equipment, which is absolutely necessary, but you can only use that when you've got some high quality soldiers that have got the real training to use that equipment. So it's been a real privilege for the UK to be based here, and for the British Army to work with some really courageous, some really talented soldiers, both from Nigeria and from the MNJTF here from Cameroon, to give them the training and the experience so they can use the equipment that we're providing.
Open up on that, yes. And no my road. Open up on that. No good at, no good at. Open up on that, no my road. You don't play the show. Yes. You don't play the show. Open up on that, no my road. This is more.
Get there. Okay, I am going to tell you something. Dr. Ngozi Plesma, with due respect, it is not an insult. I want to ask you a question. You have meeting with General, our General, the Commander-in-Chief of all forces in Biafra government, in Biafra nation, General Butuzo. What did he tell you? You have meeting with person in charge of all forces in United States of Biafra, General Butuzo. What did he tell you? Instead of you to go and do exactly what he told you, you carve out his voice. You carve out his voice in the meeting where you and other cabinet were there. You carve out General Butuzo's voice and post because she did not agree with you. Because he did not agree with you, you carve out the voice and post. What was General Butuzo saying? He said, madam, whatever change you want to make in your government is not his problem, but the problem is that place. We have the finance that Oga leave, that from that finance, everything we need in the ground will reach us. Don't tamper with that one. That was one. Excuse me. Don't tamper with that one, please. There we have somebody that knows us, and we know that person. We trust that person. We have been working with that person by name Success. Don't tamper with him. He know much about us. There are many unfinished business we still have with him. Don't tamper with Success. Don't tamper with account Oga create. Don't tamper with finance. These are the three things we tell you. The General Butuzo tell you. Because this is the strength of this army. This is the power of the men on ground. If you tamper with these three things, you are trying to weak us. And he said, madam, anything you want to do is none of his business. But the only plea he asking you, you see Success, don't go close there. Success know a lot about us. And the instruction given to Success by Oga was, everything about men on ground should remain with him and Oga only. No other third party. Finance and the account then create for this men on ground. That was the only thing my general said. Instead of you to abide on that, you carve out general voice, posted, begin to catch general. Now find another man to replace general. You cannot replace him. All your information, even the one you call, you don't even know that he's under me. The one you are trying to deceive, giving promises that you will make him general. It cannot be. Do you think general is by size? Do you think general is by size? If you were not called, you can't carry this load. If you were not chosen, you can't withstand the danger. So you have failed on arrival. You have failed on arrival. I swear to God. And now you are trying to form another soldier. At the end, you combine them with a Bubaku, they will still come here and die. That one is not, we know they shake for that one. You are trying to form another power, another force. Do you think we were formed? We were choosing. There is a difference between forming and choosing. We were not formed. We were choosing. The spirit of Biafra find us worry and send us back to a living being to complete what we have started. So therefore, we are here to finish what we started. You don't know that? All your plan, they us here. Form. Now, instead of you to do that, those three things, my general point, those three things is what you target. It's what you target. You now bring somebody say solo. Who be solo? To those of you Biafran who doesn't know what is going on, why my general say these three things should not be tampered with. because these are the men we trusted. These are the men that took oath, strong oath with us. These are the men we know their details. We know if they fuck up, we know how we go treat them up, and they cannot fuck up. These are the men trusted by our PM, and these men cannot afford to fuck up. And that was why we say, work with these men. If PM need to change things, let him come by himself and do that changing. Especially these three people. Let PM come and do that changing by himself. So that if anything goes wrong, we go know that now he uses and do it. Now, for those of you who doesn't know why we give that we say that. Do you know, if you bring another person, you will want to come and know how many men are, waiting we get, waiting we no get, what is our strength, and then we don't know anybody. We don't trust anybody. We do not trust anybody. We don't trust anybody. You want to come and know details about us, so that tomorrow you go and tell the zoo, then get this, they no get this weapon, they no plenty, they no the, they no get this, they no get this. Go from here, go from here. You are failed. That is why we don't need any other person again to know anything about us. We don't need anybody again to know anything about us. We told you, there are men that already know details about us, and those details about us should not be in public, should not be. In fact, if you observe Oga very well, anything concern us, Oga no dey discuss in the public. That is to tell you how secret it was. Oga no dey discuss our matter in public. The meeting where Oga dey get. Let me ask a question. If you were so trustful, to Oga, why didn't Oga always allow you to have that meeting? Why Oga no join you for that forum when they get meeting with men on ground? If you were so trustful by Oga, I want the world to know something. You have never for one appeared in that meeting. For once. Please, if I'm lying, come and prove me wrong. I like when I say the fact, somebody prove me wrong. Whosoever that say that Dr. Ngozi have ever one day appear on the media or on the forum where Oga get meeting with men, please come and prove me wrong. She have never one day appeared there. He have never one day appeared there. So therefore, why should you just come and say somebody should include you on the forum where Oga himself, your Oga, our Prime Minister never included you? And the person said, madam, with due respect, please, don't be offended. Don't be offended. For that area, leave it for now until Oga come out. You suspend the person. You suspend the person because you are so desperate to know everything about men on ground. You ask for my number. You ask this one number, collect this one number. You call those. I told you that I know they fail to give my number for personal. If you need my number, collect my number. Call me. In your front, I will tell you, go and check your boss. Did I send you voice or did I not send you voice? I said, don't temper with those words my general told you. It's very important. You bring your social dog known as Adadi Adama, to attack. See, you are not impressing me. I'm not doing to impress. You can't impress anybody. You see this government, now me and you get them. Biafra government, now me and you get them. If you do fuck up, I treat your fuck up. Okay? I am telling you my own face to face. I did not come to look at anybody's face. I come to defend Biafra and get Biafra with my life. I don't care who are you. I fucking care nothing.
You will see what she will do. This woman, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, come to move mountain. This woman, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, come to move mountain. She's the one that taking us to our promised land. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, knows the reason why he chose that woman to come and stand for us. The woman is doing a great thing. You guys have seen many countries that woman have visited. She has been in Korea, many places. She has been in Washington, meet many House of Rep, House of Senate in America. That woman, she's a real woman. She's a true woman that come to deliver Biafrans. Biafran, come and stand with her. She's God sent. Dr. Ngozi Arabeze is God, Chukwu Okike, my God of our land, that choose her to come and deliver us. Don't mind all these money mongers, all those people that are using money to buy people that will support them. Dr. Ngozi Arabeze don't know anybody, don't send anybody money to support her, because she's a real woman that come to deliver Biafrans. All these people you see online, they don't mean well for us, Biafrans. Biafran, it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. Don't let all these money mongers to deceive us. I know what I'm saying. I'm not just saying it. I know what I'm saying. All these money mongers you see on social media, ranting, making noise, calling her all kinds of names, they don't mean well for us. This woman is God that choose her. Our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa sees something in her. The light is shining in her. That's why he handed over everything to her. Our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is a wise man, and you all knows, before the zoo.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.